What it do, what it do, what it do. It's your boy Big Val Opinion back with another live video. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that share button. And most importantly, make sure you sub to the channel. Turn on that post notification bell so that you be notified each and every time that your boy Big Val is going live, man. With that being said, let's get into this intro. Welcome to Big Val Opinion. Moderators, with my permission, any negativity in the chat should be hidden from this channel. This channel is a negativity-free channel, drama-free channel, and we are here to push the message out. We will not be distracted. So with my permission, any negativity in the chat should be hidden from this channel. Welcome to Big Val Opinion platform.
And I just really want people to know, I appreciate anybody that's helping me. I appreciate anybody that's helping me. A lot of people have been there for me. I just don't want people going back and forth, being mad at each other because one person did this for me and another person did that for me. That's what the devil wants. He wants to cause confusion. That's what these people want. They want to cause confusion. And confusion ain't gonna do nothing but keep me in here. But the real thing here. Lifetime, as far as quick on Lifetime, as far as Lifetime is concerned, there are real people, real women out here really being abused, really missing. They're really missing. They're really chained up in basements. I've been in here 4 years. I haven't seen one person that was ever chained up in a basement come forth for anything. But I tell you one thing, before Lifetime came out, I was minding my business. I was in the studio. I was working with celebrities. I had tours. But when Lifetime came out, all of that went away. Meaning, before Lifetime came out, I had no charges pending against me. Nobody had went to a radio station or had went to, a police station. It took a year to put together Lifetime. If all of the things they said I did on Lifetime were true, it only take a minute to go to a police station. But when there's a crime committed, you don't go make a movie on it. You go to the police station. Nobody had done that.
Man. It's going down. What it do? 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 It's your boy Big Val Opinion in the crew. And man, it's going down tonight. So if you ain't here, you need to get here. I'm telling you. Man, state of the culture, the news is so hot right now. I said, we got to do a state of the culture. It's so hot right now. It's so much shit going on right now. I say, we got to do a state of the culture because there's so much shit going on right now. We got to do a state of the culture because there's so much shit going on right now. Man, y'all see the title, man. Andrew Wyatt, R. Kelly, Boosie, Trump, Babyface. What the hell is going on out here? But y'all know who else better to bring it than Big Vi and the crew. Y'all know we about to come through, man. We in the van today. We ain't in the car. We gonna hop in the van today. I need everybody here. What up, Unc?
Nephew, what's good with you? What's good with you, nephew? How you feeling, man? How you feeling? I see you feeling amazing.
Amazing. What's up, HR? Man, Ashley. What's going on, EJ, Miss Lady T, Georgia Girl, Books to Mention. What's going on, Ashley? Ashley, ask me. Okay.
What's up, Ashley? What's up, sweetie?
What's up, Miss Key Kitchen? Okay.
Lady T, what's good? Everybody in Georgia, what's going on? Hope everybody good.
Hey, everybody. Okay. Professor. Okay, what's up?
Peace and blessings. Let's make it do what it do.
On point already, man. It's
stuck
with me, and it's stuck with me. Y'all heard me.
Rita, what's going on? How's everybody feeling today on this blessed day?
So,
what's going on?
First of all, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that share button. And most important, make sure you don't forget to do the one free thing that we all can do, and that's subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subbed to the channel. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling y'all, free game. It's $1 million worth of game, but I'm giving it to you for free. You hear me? All I'm asking for you to do is hit that like button. If you can, share the live. Share the live. Subscribe. That's it. That's it. Whatever order you choose to do it in, I am okay with it. Long as you do all three. And we okay. Man, we got a lot going on in the culture.
Fill me in. You know I'm still on the plantation, so
a lot is going on in the culture. Man, I say, and earlier I posted on my community wall. I want to do this before I get started with my this is important. This is important. It's important to hear this right here.
Lifetime, as far as quick on lifetime, as far as lifetime is concerned. There are real people, real women out here really being abused, really missing. They're really missing. They're really chained up in basements.
Say that to say this. You know, I like to put things in the context. So I say that to say this. Reported today, I saw this, Chicago.
Yeah, I saw
missing girl from Chicago possibly has a dog. 17-year-old. 17-year-old goes missing in Chicago.
And I ain't heard none on the news.
Chicago police are looking for a missing 17-year-old girl who left her home early Sunday morning. Today is Wednesday, and possibly has a dog with her. Jada Darch is described as being about 4 feet 10 inches tall, weighing about 106 pounds, with brown eyes and black hair. According to the information from Chicago Police Department, she left her home around midnight at the 5400 block of West Gray Street. She possibly has a pet Chihuahua dog with her, police said. They say anyone with info or on her whereabouts is asked to call area 5 detectives, and there's a number right there. So this girl left home at midnight with a dog. I mean I mean I ain't gonna say I never heard of it, but she goes missing at midnight with the dog. But they say possibly with the dog. So they don't know where the dog at or they child at, which is a problem. And Unc say he haven't heard this. This is going on in Chicago right now. We remember the brother Robert Sylvester Kelly trying to articulate this same thing, this same issue to Miss Gayle King, but she avoided what he was saying when he said what he had to say, because he was trying to bring awareness to it. It really is young women and girls out here going missing in Chicago each and every day.
Right.
There's a lot of more things you all could be focused on, saving a lot of more lives, but you all would rather sit here and base y'all focus on an entertainer like myself, Robert Kelly.
Yeah. Save a lot of tax money.
So I most definitely had to point this make sure I speak on that, because I like to put it all into the context of everything. Okay, moving forward, man. Now this right here, this issue here, kind of messed me up a little bit, because I sit here and I look. I'm like, man, how old is it? Hold on now. I guess you're never too old. I mean, I don't want to make it an age thing or whatever. So I guess there was some discrepancies between Babyface and Anita Baker. Well, it's Anita Baker. It's a Anita Baker tour.
What? Are you serious?
It's an Anita Baker tour. The tour, Anita Baker is the headline.
Okay.
She decided to bring Babyface on with her.
Okay.
Babyface fans feel as though that he's not getting enough stage time. Understand, Anita Baker is the headline. So Anita Baker, after silently enduring cyberbullying, verbal abuse, and threats of violence from the fan base of our special guest and support act, in the interest of personal safety, I will continue the songstress tour alone. Appropriate refunds will be made. Blessings. So she removed Babyface from the tour because she said that his fans were threatening her to the extreme nature.
Wow.
Now this is ridiculous.
Wow.
This is ridiculous.
Wow. I don't even have no. Wow. I don't even know what
this is what the world has got this sensitive now. I mean, what does Babyface have to do with his fans?
I mean,
he can't control. I mean, it's just like Robert, right?
Yeah,
Robert can't control his fans.
Yeah, you got some
people. He's not telling these people.
You got some people, nephew, but they fanatics, man. They not their fans. They over the top, man.
Understandable, but every time you hear Robert send a message out to his fans, he's asking people to protest with peace.
Right.
So
some people don't do what they do, though, nephew.
You got people that's gonna do what they're gonna do. Understand?
Yeah, they're gonna. They just here to reign havoc, like you said, cause confusion.
But to remove Babyface from the whole tour altogether for something that was out of his control, almost. I mean, I don't want to say what I feel, but I mean,
it's more to it, nephew.
Right.
and it's legal stuff involved, so she can't say too much. And she old school, man. She not. We the same man. She a little older than me. We
Because
not on.
Babyface still can get a crowd, man.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
still a market for Babyface,
But you
just like
talking
it's
about
a market for her.
this is supposed to be talking about grown, mature folks, man.
Right.
However, I have seen older individuals. They 40s, my age bracket. I'm
Okay,
52
look at this right here.
70s that act like they in their teenagers. You
Steph
know what I
Lover
mean?
said, "Remember, she's the diva. Same issues with Luther when they toured. So she
Yeah.
had. So this is an issue that she had with male artists. Seem as though
I can't even say. I got to see. I had to see more information. I just can't even. Some things we might won't even know, nephew, and we just won't.
But one thing because I heard where I got the story from, they brought this up that she had the same issue with Luther.
Wow. See, I never heard. See, I don't ever remember hearing that over the years. You know.
So now hey man, you know what?
But see, just like you tell, they said stuff about him over the years and this, and he's known for this, and none of that stuff was. You follow what I'm saying?
Right, but
So,
when we talking about a tour, right? You got to understand this, right? We talking about selling. Like I say, they both have their respected fan club, and most of the time, people that might like Babyface, they might like Anita Baker. People that like Anita Baker might like Babyface, so they got a mixed crowd of people. You know what I'm saying? They in the same genre of music. You know, just about. So, I mean, you pre-selling these tickets, you know what I'm saying? And then you just take that artist off of it. I mean, Babyface is not an up-and-coming artist. You can just say, I'm not going to let you perform no more. This Babyface.
I still think it's a lot more to it, nephew. You know what I mean? And
it ain't hard to think about because that's just like me. That's just like your family harassing me, and I'm taking it out on you. Say, I ain't gonna fuck with you no more. But you ain't did nothing to me.
Right.
I mean, if I cut you off for something like that, that means I wanted to cut you off already anyway because you hadn't said nothing to me. I mean, that's this man's livelihood. He didn't put shit off to come and do this tour with you. You asked him to come. So nobody thinking about that part of it. He could have been booked up doing little shows elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? But he had to clear his schedule for this to come and help you out, you know, in between your sets. So is he gonna be able to recoup the money back that he missed out on? But the money, when you do, and then it's like it's pre-sale. The money already been made. You see what I'm saying? So it's just crazy that we see this type of shit. We see it with the younger generation, and then we seeing it with the people who's supposed to set the example. She said, Babyface is. She said it.
I guess it would have been better.
Babyface have no issue. Babyface have no issue at all. So they both gave their state. Neither one of them have an issue with each other. She said it's the
venue. The venue, or the promoter venue, or the fan base of. I'm trying to get some clarity on that.
She said the fans, his fans, said that they wish that he got more time to perform, you know, but they not understanding that he's not a headliner. You know what I'm saying? He's just someone.
See, I don't know how that works when you the headliner and you have a guest come on your tour. How does that work as far as the time, the number of songs, how long the song? I mean, I don't know how that would work.
Mm-hmm.
See, I have to have somebody on the panel that can help us with that. I'm not sure how that goes.
In the internet, man, and we really can't get on social media and
Right.
allow the shit that we see on social
Yeah.
media
Man,
to
it'll
come
took
in
a lot of
between
time.
personal relationships. You know what I'm saying?
It'll
Jeff
put
is
people
an artist. You know,
right.
I'm not an artist, but I
Right.
mean, this platform is,
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah, he got to come in. He can give us some insight, some insight, help us understand. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Peace of blessings, vibe, brother
There it is.
Mule.
What up, Crux?
What's
Yeah.
going on, everybody in the chat? Peace and blessings. Yeah,
Enlighten us, bro.
yeah. I mean, I was kind of shocked to see something like this as well because I grew up listening to Anita Baker.
Yeah, that's
Man,
what good.
man, I love her music. Like, I mean, some of my earliest experiences were my parents listening to Anita Baker and Babyface. So
Right.
to see that is just unfortunate. Is very unfortunate. But I can understand because like y'all were touching on it, social media has really desensitized us as a culture. It has made us more sensitive to things, and I see it every day. Like people are more. It's more of a spirit of competitiveness that I've never seen before. Like less collaborations. Like it's everybody. Everything is me now. You know what I'm saying? I got to protect my brand. I got to, I got to just. It's all about me, and it's affecting people emotionally and psychologically. You know what I'm saying? Well, I would hope that they were able to salvage that. But like you said, we also got to be very careful with how the information that we get from social media. But since she put out an official statement, man. But I've been seeing it too with people that I know in the game. It's just been a lot of weird energy. Like just things have been very weird, just in general lately. Like just we living in some crucial times right now, and it's
and,
kind of
and, and understanding that when you are a public figure, right? I mean, this shit that what you call social media, that shit go right hand in hand with a contract. You are subject to the shit that goes on, even though you have nothing to do with it.
absolutely, and I'm pretty sure they done went through way. She done went through way worse. Like this type of stuff. Some fan mail. Like, oh no, let's go and finish up our job. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna let that stop what we got going on. That should be pebbles to a queen like Anita Baker. You know?
Yeah, I mean, and like me, since we gonna sensitize shit, what does that do to Babyface? You know, you kick the man off the tour in mid tour or start up of the tour. You know what I'm saying? What does that do to this brother? Like, oh, he don't supposed to have no feelings about that. I mean, I'm the type of person that if I know I ain't did nothing to you, I'm gonna feel some type of way.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
definitely.
and that's just me being a human being. If I ain't did nothing to you and you punishing me, I mean, shit, I can't. Babyface, dude he never portrayed to be something that he ain't. He just like, soft spoken person, mellow, do his music, whatever, show up, whatever. But like you say, man, living in these times we living in, it's just crazy that this social media shit. Like people, we didn't. The older people then got hip to it, but they don't understand what's going on in it. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
I
Like
mean,
this
Anita
shit,
Baker and Babyface. I didn't know they was on tour. I would have loved to went to that tour myself.
right?
Me neither, until he said it just a moment
Yeah.
ago.
So okay, y'all, I got a clip for y'all, man. So we hope, but they both put out statements and respect for each other. But I guess
Okay.
the fans,
Okay.
Anita Baker said that the threats from the fans were just a little bit too much for her, so she
Right.
felt the best thing to do was take him off, which he could headline his own tour. I mean, Babyface. I mean,
So how you kick Babyface on it?
that's what I'm saying. Like that's the part I'm like. That is like you said respect. You know what I'm saying? I can see if it was a goddamn what's the little dude? I don't like him though. Jacquees or somebody. You know what I'm saying?
He's to go sit down somewhere and respect his elder.
Yeah, I can see if it was Jacquees.
Yeah, you talking he's a D R&B. Or if you can go sit down somewhere, man, I'll take my building.
Man, we talking about Mr. Whipperfield and
you disrespect
about you.
You ain't see that clip? You disrespected Keith Sweat backstage.
Yeah, I started that was insane.
The OG man, he handled it like a soldier though, real gracefully though, man. You know what I mean? You know, and then he tried to backpedal. Jacquees tried to backpedal. Said, "Well, you know, my mom grew up from a they grew up. This is I'm just saying for my generation, my age, right? He was trying to dress up and clean it up. Boy, your career be gone as quick as it gets started, bro.
Man,
okay, hey, look, y'all. I caught another clip today. I've been catching these clips today. Man, now this shit is in Louisiana. Dean of a school caught giving a child money. This shit right here, man. I don't see how the mother. I don't know if this couldn't have been this child's father. Maybe it was a brother, maybe it was a cousin or something that rolled up to this school with the mother. But I'm gonna play the clip for y'all and let y'all see. This dude the dude fucked us. I'm gonna let y'all see the shit for y'all. So what up, Dean? Goddamn me. I'm gonna start calling Dean Babyface. He be coming in quiet and shit.
Now, you know, y'all be talking, so I want to just over talk. But what up, though? What up, JT? What up, Unc?
What up,
Bob? What's up, the chat?
So here we go with this clip, man. This guy, inappropriate. He got caught tricking with a student. Now we just went over this shit last week with Peter Guns.
Yo, Vi, I don't want to cut you off, but one thing. Yo, Unc, man, you see that got our boy?
Hold on, you going too fast into
my fault.
You going too fast into the show.
All right, my fault, my brother, my fault.
All right, let's get it.
I was wrong, but I never touched it. And that was me. That's my fault. That's me owning up to that. Never touched a cent of money. That's me. Now, she said the diploma fake. I'm going to give her money back, but the diploma's not fake. Certain colleges don't take it. That's all that happened.
Why you even get to that point, though?
Man, I was wrong, Jerry. That's me. Taking the joke too far. Never put my hands on it. What day? That's me taking the joke. I'm taking the joke too far.
You gonna let him off?
Yeah, that was a stupid joke and wrong, irresponsible joke. Never was gonna put my hands on, never do. I understand.
It's $600 on the Sims game, my nigga.
Yes, she wanted.
You heard what the dude say he told his child in a text message. I'm gonna ejaculate in your mouth.
I was wrong, but I never touched it. And that was me. That's my fault. That's me owning up to that. Never touched a cent of money. That's me. Now, she said the diploma fake. I'm going to give her money back, but the diploma's not fake. Certain colleges don't take it. That's all that happened.
Why you even get to that point, though?
Man, I was wrong, Jerry. That's me. Taking the joke too far. Never put my hands on it.
What day?
That's me taking the joke. I'm taking the joke too far.
You gonna let him off?
Yeah, that was a stupid joke and wrong, irresponsible joke. Never was going to put my hands on, never do. I understand.
It's $600 on the Sims game, my nigga.
Yes, she wanted a game. I do this all of them. When singing feet, I love these kids so much. Okay, I said, man, Brandon.
I want to spit on this bitch
I'm
so
not
bad, but I do think this bitch will send me to jail.
No, I wouldn't. You got that right, man. I wouldn't even do that to you. I wouldn't even do that. Cause I don't.
All motherfucking time. You should have knew better about that one.
It was a bad joke. It shouldn't have been joke. But never put my hands on it. Never put my hands on it.
Continuous jokes.
Stupid jokes on it. Never put my hands on it. Never touched it. And she'll tell you that. Did I touch you? I put my hands on it.
No, but you tried. Don't be stupid.
When I tried.
When everybody was outside.
When I tried.
You said, can I touch you?
And when you said no, and I said, okay, good. And I started laughing. I wasn't laughing.
But you just told me.
No, I never said
cut it off.
That was a joke. I was the same one told me that boy came here, don't get in the car, don't go with the boy.
Out of you, my nigga, and I'd have expected more.
Yeah, you're right.
I really lost all respect.
I'm never gonna put my hands, and you supposed to. You supposed to.
But you just sat me and said what?
I was never gonna touch her. That was a joke. I never gonna touch her though. Never. I defended your I took care of that girl like she was mine. I would never put none of that stuff in the bed.
I guess you would, bitch, because you water her.
Not at all.
At
I
this
guess you
point,
would.
Not at all.
at this point, what you need over there? What you need from him?
I don't need nothing from him. This bitch bogus.
It's not.
This bitch bogus.
It's not
They
bogus.
can't be used as fucking certificates.
No, it can't be used. It can't be used at private colleges. Southern take it, BRCC take it, LSU take it.
Fuck, do the fucking certificate. I come here about my motherfucking child.
Okay, let me ask you what you need. You somebody is bogus. The school is not
Man,
bogus.
I don't
I'm
need
wrong.
that.
I'm wrong.
He really on some shit about dude going to college. I'm on some shit about that one.
Yeah, he
I'm
can't
on
go
that
to
shit about
college.
that one.
I just sent the thing to Unitech. I just sent to your phone. I put the thing in there.
Stupid bitch, you just asked me for a fucking birth certificate. What they should have had when they first fucking come to this bitch.
That you didn't bring. I had the birth certificate put it in there. I
When
uploaded
you
it.
asked me. When you asked
I told you to bring it back when you first 2 years ago.
bitch, you a lie.
Look at your phone.
So
I just
you
sent you a
really
message.
think I'ma stop and not do what my children supposed to do?
I
while
think
they in school?
they was working from
For
home
real.
then. They was working from home. The birth certificate goes to Louisiana Department of Education to verify.
Now, I'm about to make this bitch eat this mace.
Come on.
I'm about to make this bitch eat this mace. I ain't about to put my hands on you, but I'm about to
I'm
make
not
you eat
gonna.
this mace.
That's fine.
And I
Come
swear to
on.
God, now you get
And you
all
don't need to
fucking
do.
upset.
Now,
That's fucking
this clip
disgusting.
is so
What's the-
much going on in this clip. And I'm going to say this. I feel sorry for that mother. Simply because she got to stand up to this man who's been inappropriately texting her daughter, sending her daughter money, which the daughter was receiving the money, $600 over a period of time, which means this daughter was acting in concert with the dude, which is still not okay for this grown-ass man who's a dean at this school to be saying to this girl, he's going to ejaculate in her mouth. He say, the little girl said, he asked me to touch me. I told him no. Then he say, well, I wasn't going to touch her. But you asked her to touch her. You still didn't deny that you didn't ask her. But I don't know. That's why I say this guy that's standing to the side, he couldn't be the daddy, because why are you, if you were the daddy, if you the cousin, the brother, whoever you are, there's no reason why that woman should be having to confront this man about.
Yo, Vi, I wouldn't even have to be related or nothing like that.
I
It
agree.
would have been hands, feet, everything put on that man. He lucky he didn't get something else up his ass.
I
Right.
agree.
Like,
But and I'm still asking, why haven't the police pulled up? And all this time they standing there going back and forth. See, I'm gonna follow this because I want to see what's gonna happen in this situation. Because in Louisiana, this is something that I see often when shit like this take place. And the mother, the family, they do what they do, come out, confront this person, but they don't pursue it. Which means it only keeps going.
How old?
This girl was in high school. You hear he say he asked her for a birth certificate, but they put the kid been in school for 2 years. And he say he never received a birth certificate. Kid been in school for 2 years. So they want to report the school. He said the school ain't got nothing to do with it. This me. This my fault. I messed up. I shouldn't have been doing it. I should have been. Come on, man. This ain't the first little girl you done did this to.
exactly.
And to say that it was a joke, if that ain't a lame excuse for a lie, like how you nigga, you wasn't joking.
Facts, JT. Facts, my brother. I'm 1,000,000% agreeing with you. That was like,
Come on, you dead ass. You spending money.
Cause
Ain't no man spending money
he gonna turn
generously
around
like that without no expectation.
What he turned around and said right after, the guy said you should be you should be a disgrace or something. He said something in that manner to him, and he said, you're right, you're right. So you knew what you was doing was wrong, cause you basically sitting there admitting like, yeah, you like they basically saying you should feel like ashamed of yourself, whatever the case may be. And he's like, you're right, you're right. I should feel like that. You should feel that type of way. So it's like you knew what you was doing was wrong, and it's like I don't understand it. Like it's like I don't get that part. Like you get what I'm saying? Like I just don't
Right.
understand.
But
If you
it
knew what you
just
doing was wrong,
for
but you
you to
still
be that
like, but you still
comfortable,
going.
though, Dean.
What you
For
said,
you to
Bob?
be that comfortable, the same way we talked about with Peter Calhoun, the
Mhm.
same way we done seen this shit go on. We talk about Demetrius Mill, all these predators that we haven't seen or heard of Rob showing any of these type of behaviors, but they say he's a predator. So
Right.
why do you label these people that are out here doing this shit? This little young lady ain't the first rodeo for this dude. Bro, you hear what he said? I do it for all the kids.
Right. That I was blown away, and like you said,
What
as the
Dean, I'm a year back, Jeff. But one Dean, I've been to 3-4 different schools. I ain't never had a dean texting my personal phone.
never.
Facts.
That I mean, my bad.
You good, Jeff? Go ahead with it, man. Go ahead with it.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, as disgusting as that is, you know what I'm saying, and he dead wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's still like the kids is going back and forth with it. I mean, like what the hell is going? Like this, it's so many different dynamics in that clip that is so inappropriate on every angle. Like you pointed out, the mother confronting this dude when it's a grown man standing right there, just like, yeah, you know, woo-woo. It's like the roles was reversed right there.
Right.
He's sitting up there deflecting with the worst lie ever known to mankind. I was just joking. And then y'all just sitting here and ain't nobody called the authorities to hold this man accountable. This ain't no argument. This is a situation where this man need to be held accountable. You know what I'm saying? By the, you like, y'all sitting there, what is there to talk? What is there to talk about? Ain't nothing to talk about.
And you see, we see that I'm gonna point this out that I feel like is a big problem in our community is that parents work so hard to provide for our children. As a parent, we work so hard to provide for our children. We don't have, it's not all the time that we may have the extras to do for the extra shit, right? So you hear how he was able to get in on this little girl. He was giving her money for a Sims game. Probably when she was asking her mother, mama can't afford this extra money.
Facts.
So he, as a fucking predator, what you like to do? Oh, okay. Once he understand that there's a breakdown in the relationship with the daughter and mother when it comes to shit like that, then he comes in, he's just funneling money into this little girl. But at the same time, he's making sexual advances. And like I say, the lady said this shit went over a period of time. So the $600 wasn't a one-time $600. So this young lady was interacting with him as well.
Facts.
Facts. Yeah, that was a good way to break that.
It's still, like you say, so many moving pieces in that video that could be pointed out and looked at and say, this is an issue in our community, and this are the type of issues that predators prey on that we see, like Peter Calhoun, this dude, whoever he was, this dean. You a dean of students, man. How are you when I first had a dean for the first time, they have your parents' number to contact about you. How are you contacting the student?
Facts.
Then you say you admitted that you do this with other students as well.
Wow. Got a whole predator, the dean of the school.
And it's
You
crazy.
see what I'm saying? So he having these private meetings with these students. So he's asking the questions about the family dynamic at home. Oh, is your dad in the house? Oh, these questions are coming out. Do your mother work? How much time you spend at home by yourself? I'm telling you, Louisiana is so bad with this shit, bro. They actually have the little stings. They do the stings in Louisiana where they set motherfuckers up like this with it's an officer pretending to be underage.
Basically how to catch, on some like how to catch a predator.
Right. That shit is huge in Louisiana.
And you know, oh my bad, go ahead.
Nah, I was gonna say like, yo, as like me as a parent, like as I said, I got 2 girls. It's crazy. My daughter, it was just her graduation today for her going to kindergarten. No, going to first grade.
Congratulations.
Good looking. I appreciate. And it's like now I see like where parents are coming from. Like, yo, like when people would say, they would say like, yo, don't get me wrong. There's a little bit of like there's a little bit of accountability you want to put on your child, especially if you felt like you raised your child right. But it's just no matter how much the child, even if she want anything from you, you as a grown ass man should say, yo, there's a line to be drawn. Because we not going, you get what I'm saying? We're not going to sit there and act like younger girls don't want older men or whatever they want to get out of this situation. But it's just you as an adult should say, yo, my man's like, yo, like, not for nothing. I would have respected it if you smacked my daughter up in the mouth and then called me right after, like, yo, your daughter trying to make sexual justice. You get what I'm saying? I will honestly respect some shit like that. Like, let me deal with my kid after. Like, what the fuck you trying to do with this grown ass man? But it's like, ain't no, like, you didn't, like, yo, that shit sick me to my stomach, yo. Like, cause it's like knowing that you got girls out there and this is the shit that you could potentially go through. Like,
yeah, that's why you have to raise them up. You have to be there. You have to instill in them being a woman is, a young woman, being a child, being a young woman, and becoming a woman. You have to make sure those lines aren't blurred when it comes to raising your children, even young boys as well. You know, so you got to make sure your child understand what is inappropriate. You know what I'm saying? What is inappropriate? What does inappropriate look like? What does inappropriate sound like? You know what I'm saying? What does an advance look like? You feeling uncomfortable? Your no spots. This is something that you have to instill this in them and always remind them that at any time you feel uncomfortable, you must come tell me. Only I can protect you.
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah, that right there is, you know, that was just like crazy. I'm like, what the hell is going on up in here? It was a hot mess watching that.
I'm waiting on the police to pull up, right? The mom talking about spitting in his face, and he say, I wouldn't even call the police on you because he dead ass wrong.
Yeah. She talking about
I'm finna hit this bitch with this mace.
Yeah, she talking about macing his ass.
I wouldn't be mad if you maced me. He would accept it. She can shoot his ass right now. He wouldn't press charges. He don't want to go to jail for that crime he committed.
Right.
He don't want the police involved at all.
That's too bad, man. You going to jail, bro.
Man, the police better beat me there.
You about to get your ass whooped until the police get here.
Okay, man. We moving. we moving forward, man. I don't know if y'all know about this female artist. Go by the name of Sukihana, something.
Yeah, you talking about Suki with the good coochie.
This is her profile. Now we talk about. I'm telling y'all, man. One thing about me, man. Respect is everything, and you know, and there's so many factors that goes into respect. And this is my perspective of respect. The number one thing to me when it comes to respect is your character.
Mm-hmm.
Your character, how you carry yourself, how you portray yourself. If you want me to respect you, you have to present something for me to respect.
Facts.
Facts.
And nowadays we live in a social media driven world to where people do things to go viral, and if they go viral off it, they carry that image and try to portray that image. And then in this situation, you have a lady who talks all of this sexual talk about this lady mouth is so nasty. But then you turn around and then I'm gonna just let y'all see. This could be one of the biggest. This is one of the biggest, second biggest problems in the world with the type of shit when you have, and it's not. This is no knock against a woman that carries herself as a woman, but when you are out here enticing men, coming on to men, you know what I'm saying, making sexual advances towards men, and they come back with you or come back at you, all of a sudden you want to, me too? No. You can't put yourself in a category with a lavish lady or any other women that be in this chat that carry themselves as a woman and respect themselves as a woman, that's out here, you know, if whatever they do in their adult life, they keep that in private. But social media is a hell of a drug, and I'm telling you, a lot of these people out here that took this social media pill and they done got hooked on that shit. And now all of a sudden when they realize, look, social media and real life is two different things. And when you try to, when you try to come from the social media world to real life, man, people ain't gonna be able to unsee all the shit that you done presented. So this is even the name on this handle name, Suki with the good coochie. I scratched my head on it. How as a man, how am I supposed to feel? Suki with the good coochie.
That's her name?
Do you see it?
Damn.
Yeah, that's what she calls herself.
This is what she go by.
You thought I was joking when I said that earlier, Jeff.
This is what she go by. Suki with the good coochie. Now, she say, I am hurt and I am scared to stand. Now, this is the name that she carry on her social media. This is the name that she go around. Suki, this is how she's presented when she go to interviews and everywhere. But then you look at her post and say, I am hurt, I am scared to stand up for myself. But you can go out and say, I'm Suki with the good coochie. I'm trying to make sense of this shit, bro. You can talk about your personal parts, but then you say you scared to stand up for yourself. No, you can promote yourself, but you can't stand up for yourself. No, that shit just don't go together.
Facts.
That's what I be saying about accountability. You know what I'm saying? Like, at what point, now, whatever, I don't know what happened or what allegedly happened, but at what point do young women like this young lady herself hold themselves accountable for their actions? And like you said, how you present yourself. If you wanted to be treated like a lady, you have to present yourself like a lady. If you want to be treated like and respected like a man, you have to present yourself like one. To present yourself like this, your name is so important.
Man.
It's your first impression. So the first impression people getting of you is what? You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then, now when something happens to you, you want people to feel bad, but it's kind of hard to because you run around, you promoting this type of behavior.
Yeah, name denote purpose. Your name denote your purpose in life. So I'm back. I had to make some moves. I'm back.
So this is what she's talking about, standing up for herself about. So I'm gonna play. I gotta get the other clip up here right quick.
And who is this we looking on the screen, nephew? Who is this young man?
This is Suki with the good coochie is the girl. That's her name.
Yeah.
And the other little young dude is YK Osiris. He's a young R&B artist.
Okay. And she's a female R&B artist?
And she's a female rap artist.
Okay. Okay.
So she rapping.
She a rap. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, she rapping and talking all that, all that good talk about. Hold on, I'm finna show you.
Glorilla's talking about and all of that stuff. Yeah.
What up, Sir Miguel?
My brothers, my kings, what's going on? How y'all doing?
Sir Miguel,
what's up?
What it do?
Chilling.
We getting the oven. We just getting the oven started, man. We getting the oven started, but this state of the culture so far tonight, I'm telling you.
Hey, did you see what I sent you earlier?
Yeah, I can't get that one on here. Uncle Ray, what's up, man? Uncle Ray.
Okay.
I love to have you up here, Uncle Ray.
Oh, what up, Uncle Ray?
I ain't seen Uncle Ray. Heard from Uncle Ray in a minute.
He ain't been a minute, yeah. But I just want to say again, Big Vi, Brother Muse, Brother Taylor, Brother Dean, it's a pleasure to be here. God got us through the day. We got something to talk about. It's gonna be fire tonight, and let's make it do what it do.
Absolutely, brother. Good to hear your voice tonight as well.
Indeed. So if y'all happen to hear some minor little clicks and clang, I'm cooking at the same time while I'm on this panel enjoying these brothers.
Say no more.
So what is the allegation of what happened between you two?
The dude, she made a little advance at the little dude, little youngster, which I'm finna play it for y'all, and he engaged, you know what I'm saying? He engaged.
Oh my!
Oh, she already.
Now hold on now. Now that was him. She made a little advance at him. He engaged in it. He didn't hold back from it. So
wow. But see, that's a lesson learned, like we were just touching on. How you present yourself is how people approach you.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that his action, I'm not saying that it was right. But when you put yourself out there in a certain light as a young lady, you gotta expect the world to treat you like not only men, but other women to come at you like that. You can't make, your body what is, what you want people to know about you. And a lot of these younger artists is having this. They do the same thing, and they get the same and then they cry victim when something like this happens. But you actually perpetuated your own victimization by presenting yourself as Suki with the good coochie. What kind of, and this was on your social media account. What did you expect? You know what I'm saying? You're promoting sex and sexual advances to propel your career. So that's what is going to come to you. This young dude is only the tip of the iceberg of what's going to come if you continue down that path.
And let me play devil's advocate, Jeff. Women will turn around and say, well, oh, he shouldn't do that because I have the right to do da 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 da.
He shouldn't have.
Right. But here's the thing. As you said, when you put yourself out there, it could be a mojo walking down the street. Then you understand why certain things it says cover yourself, ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now you have men, you look, da 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 da, but you don't touch because it can lead to other shit or unwanted shit, yada yada yada. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But somebody will come back and say that.
Yeah, that's why it's very important to raise our daughter to present themselves respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Because although it's not right, but if you didn't present yourself like that, you wouldn't get that type of response. That's very important. And I'm gonna yield back on that because I feel as though that was not right for him to do that. But at the same time, when you put yourself out there like that, you gotta expect that to happen.
Yeah, no, I just realized what she put on her thing. Oh, okay. All right, man.
I stepped away for a minute to update me real fast, fellas. What did the young man do for this young lady?
Stuck his whole tongue down her throat.
Okay, well, they in a venue or something. They had already met. They were with one another, and colleagues in the industry or what?
This how it started right here.
You just got some KFC.
Life in balance. So I started with a new balance for the new year.
I got some pH balance for your ass.
Started now. Okay.
Baby, I got a scratch and sniff. Yeah. What you know about a new? I'm gonna turn your ass off.
You with the right one, then.
I'm gonna give you all of that shit.
Now she telling him, I'm gonna turn your ass out. I'll do this and do that. They flirting with each other. So she challenged. I guess she thought he was scared of her.
Bless you.
Thank you.
He came back.
Oh my!
Oh, she
Now me, if this was something that she didn't want to, that she wasn't okay or uncomfortable with occurring, when he placed his hands on her shoulder, she could easily said, "Get your hands off me, sir."
Right, supposed to stop that right there. At the same time, he still, unfortunately, based on what we have seen thus far in the culture, and how many years back, if she wanted to bring charges up on him, she could.
100%.
Well, pretty much that's what she's trying to do right here on the post.
Because she didn't, regardless of what her name is and all of that. It's twisted, fellas, But the reality of it is, this type of stuff is allowed in
And
our culture.
she
Just,
still got, you gotta go to the beginning of it though. She
uh-huh.
still got the enticement.
Right, of course, yeah. That, hey,
So you
hey,
don't
what we see in
entice
this,
a situation that
what
you
we,
don't want to be in.
right, but what we seen in this, brother Kelly's sector.
But that's, you know, R. Kelly just, we
I'm
really
talking about
can't
the
compare
groupies.
R. Kelly
I'm
with,
talking about the groupies, not so much him, but particularly the groupies. When
yeah,
you look
but
at the
even
rap,
the
when
behavior
you
though,
look at the history, all of that, and these prosecutors and judges and all this information, all these privileges these individuals did, all of that. I mean, you can see what I'm saying? My point is, in this particular culture, we just fall back and we allow this and don't take the stand and speak up against this. That's not proper. That's not cool. That's trashy. That's not classy. You know what I mean? But it's like, well, I don't want to rock the boat because I might be in the same venue with this person. So if I, that, you know what I mean? It's like you compromising your standards and your morals and your principles. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, if I make a stand and let that be known how I'm carrying, I move, then man, that'll get a, hey, it come with it, man. It come
right?
with it.
And
Either gonna stand for
she's
something or
sitting
you not.
there telling him, you know, she telling him what she gonna do to him. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So
yeah.
he even the first time he kissed her on her jaw, what did she say? No, I don't want you kissing me. She laughed. She turned back around.
They
Then
can
you
still,
got
but
guys that sitting there, you know, he listening, which he being sent out by
right,
Lil Duval saying, kiss her in the
right,
mouth.
right,
You
right,
know, so
right.
but for
That's
her
stuff
to
to
come here
that's
with,
stuff to
you know,
get
her to
locked up.
take it to social media, I think she took it to social media because she embarrassed. As
Facts.
far as him being this is a young dude, you know,
Right.
so she more so trying to play victim
Facts.
now to, you know, which is going to affect him if something do come about it. But at the same time, she's still not realizing what you had just done 30 seconds before then. You talking about what you gonna do to this man and take him down, and you singing his song to him.
I'm telling you, nephew. I'm telling you, nephew. I hear all of that, and I agree with you.
But
I concur.
we can't compare what we saw with Mr. Kelly, man, because we
I could
saw
I could do somebody else that Mr. Kelly did. I could tell you it. This culture accepts that. This culture celebrates that. They embrace that.
mm-hmm.
And no matter what she call herself, no matter what she says in no interview, if she turn around and bring charges to somebody that she did not invite into her
But she invited it.
personal space, if she didn't invite, she can say whatever she want to. I didn't tell him to put his hands on me. I didn't give him no invitation to come hug me, come touch me. I was so shocked, and I was so, and I can't even, I didn't know what. And because of the venue I was in, I was trying to be grateful. I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you.
He got a good argument. I'm gonna just put it like this.
Dean Bella.
Now I'm saying you ain't saying nothing wrong because that's 100% what's going. Not for nothing. Look, it just we in that Me Too movement today, and then
And
if
that's
they
what she
get
trying to push.
if they get behind her, his ass is grass.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
He
But
ain't
see,
See,
and
all of
he
them.
ain't.
You
Trust
got it.
me.
You got it.
If they could
All of
take
them that's on the stage that's sitting there. You got one person that's encouraging the shit to go on as well. Lil Duval.
if they
Okay. Yeah,
if
I
they
know
could
him.
taint Uncle Kel's, his ass ain't 0.1% to nowhere near the
But
artist R. Kelly.
we got to understand that we understand the R. Kelly situation has a totally different dynamic behind it besides this type of shit. Even though we understood the same shit, what you got the parents even saying entice this man, sit on his lap, all this shit. We got all that there, but they just wanted to
it
get
don't
this
matter.
man under any circumstances. This little dude right here, he don't accumulate what R. Kelly accumulate. Nobody know who he is.
I'm saying what you call it. His ass ain't got no chance of nobody even caring if they wash his ass in the water away.
Man, I'm telling y'all, the beginning of this video, and I gotta stand up for men too, man. Because I'm just not finna sit here and just be like, it's okay for women to do this shit. And
And when they get to that point, you only feel some type of way because of if the camera wasn't on, is you still saying the same thing?
If it was a bigger artist, would she with more notoriety, would she even be acting like that?
They gonna fake the relationship then. If it's a motherfucker like Lil Baby or somebody, she gonna ride the wave.
Yeah. If it was something,
she's way bigger than him. So at this point, he can ride her wave because she's a huge artist. But you listen, I mean, your image is everything. And guess what? In today's society, when they get these artists in court, guess what? They go and get their rap lyrics and enter them into court and show a pattern of this is how this person is. They got a trial right now going on with YNW, whatever Melly. Guess what?
YNW.
They got his rap lyrics in court saying he admitted to killing his friend.
Facts.
So it's a lot of different it's a lot of different ways we can look at this stuff, but I wish that we all understand that we have to raise our children to be women and men. But when it comes to this social media era we live in, man, when these people are out here doing anything to go viral, it ain't shit. Every day I look on Facebook, if I'm just strolling, I see so many dudes with wigs on and dresses on. I be like, man, what the fuck? Trying to go viral.
Yeah. Attention is, like we said, attention is the new currency these days. It ain't even really about trying to get money. They trying to get attention and monetize the clout that they get off the attention they get. That is scary. You know what I'm saying? Because like they say, they do anything for clout. There's a song they came out with not too long ago. And that is a testament to this generation right now on social media. You know what I'm saying? Like this particular situation that with these two young people, it's really a small issue that could be blown way out of proportion just out of somebody if she can't get no clout off of him, then she gonna get some clout off the Me Too movement and possibly put him in a way worse situation than that.
Because Lil Duval sitting there saying kiss her in the mouth. And still, you don't hear her saying, no, I don't want him kissing me in my mouth. I don't want him touching. She got the microphone right at her mouth.
Right. And then you turn around and you look at it like, damn, if the Me Too movement get involved with this bullshit, but they don't get involved with what you played earlier with that young girl that's missing in Chicago.
Hey, thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And they don't get involved with the other situation. It's like they get involved with celebrity gossip and bullshit, but they're not out here in the streets making a difference where it really counts. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. She said, what used to be wrong is right now, and what's right is wrong. Man, I'm telling you, that's a powerful fucking statement right there. That's a powerful comment. What used to be wrong is right now. It's accepted. You know what I'm saying? We living in right now, honestly, the world is dominated by the youth, by the kids. You got grown-ups adjusting themselves to accept the children.
Wow.
You got grown-ups want to be on social media. They want to go viral. You know, they want to use the shit that the kids is using.
Yep, trying to relive. Well, I can't even get it out. It's so crazy.
It's crazy, bro. I mean, you don't see none of. I mean, you starting to see slowly. I mean, some of your grandparents up in the 70s and 80s, you know, they not trying to get into this technology shit.
Right.
But you know, in rightfully so, I don't have an issue with it. I don't have an issue with it. But at the same time, man, I even on my Facebook page, I'm gonna tell you something. Man, I'm in my 30s. My mama, my friend on Facebook. My auntie, my friend. My auntie's my friend on Facebook. My sister, my brother. So I'm very cautious about what I put on Facebook. But I done seen my sisters. I done seen my cousin. I done seen my family members put inappropriate ass shit on Facebook that I would never do. Because I understand my mama follow me on here. I'm not getting on there talking about how aroused I am or I wish somebody come over and
Bob, that's why I don't keep family members on, because I know people, sometimes people would joke under your comments, and it's just like, yo, bro, I don't want my family seeing none of this slick shit people would say. So it's like, that's why I don't keep family on my. I remember I had one of my cousins, she used to just be like clocking everything like my mans and them. I was like, yo, this is just too much. That's why I don't keep family on my shit. But now, as you say, if you have family on your Facebook, you should definitely be cautious of what you got. I'm saying, like, what's going on your Facebook. People definitely, if people do that, like I've seen females will have their dad on Facebook. Their dad. We not talking about their little brother. We talking about their dad, and still be posting some outlandish shit. And I'm like, yo, you don't see your dad is on Facebook. You acting like he can't see, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like you even putting in your close friends. You putting this on your wall.
Wow.
Man, it's that era, man. So, you know, we done hit some hot shit tonight. We moving right along to this motherfucking infamous informant Vlad TV. Now, we've heard Vlad talk about having did an interview with R. Kelly that he wasn't going to air. Now, this is a problem that I have with Vlad. You're not going to air your interview with R. Kelly that you personally conducted, but you're going to air someone else's interview with R. Kelly on your platform. Only because y'all see what he's doing. How many people have interviewed in favor of R. Kelly? Countless of people have came out and did interviews. Wayne Williams, the Kips, and different other people that spoke about R. Kelly, but no one have ever spoke about R. Kelly and inserted this person's name into their interview. And this is the one interview that Vlad chose to pick up. Why didn't Vlad pick up Andrew Wyatt interview off of Hip Hop Uncensored?
That dude there, man, I swear, anything that could remotely be used as controversy, and he just exploits the culture any opportunity he gets. But he probably got one of the best interviews from R. Kelly that won't play that, like you said, but want to try to, use this as some type of clout or some type of defamation. Anybody, I'm with Tyrese at this point. Anybody going on there, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if you need to get your money, get your money. All money ain't good money, but you going on there for free, exploiting yourself, you need to be ashamed of yourself.
I'm just curious to understand all of these people out here advocating for R. Kelly. And there's no knock against nobody. But in 5 years, this is the first time he chose to pick up an interview on behalf of R. Kelly. And just because of the title. It ain't even because of the whole title. Simply because the title say Jay-Z wanted him killed is why Vlad picked up this interview.
Facts.
And chose to put it on his platform.
let me say this real quick. People also got to remember too. Before Vlad was Vlad, DJ Vlad, up in Oakland area, being around hip hop, all this other kind of stuff. When you allow somebody to be a part of the culture, and they find a niche within the culture, and nobody else within the culture go around and do the same thing, then you've opened Pandora's box for him to speak on things within the culture that people in the culture really should be speaking about, right?
Bingo, Professor.
So at the end of the day, here's the problem. He found a lane that everybody else wasn't trying to get in. So here's what I'll do. I'll be, I got an investigative team. I can go out and find this out, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. But also keep in mind too, he just didn't get his money from the whole YouTube shit. He also got his money when he had a YouTube channel talking about stocks and bonds and all this other kind of shit. But I say this to say this. Cats like on hip hop, on Sister, this, that, and the third, love those dudes. But at the same time, I'll be watching how sometimes they have a little clickbait in their stuff, and I go, hold on, bro, did y'all really investigate this shit thoroughly? You know what I mean? What Vlad does.
They spoke bad about Kells, but the interview that I witnessed they did. Like I said, man, we have our conversation. I'm not gonna really speak on it on here. I don't speak on it in depth, but Hip Hop Uncensored allow things to go in a direction I think it shouldn't have went.
Right.
I mean, it went to the point to where Bun Gene had to make a statement.
Right. So I say this to say this. For those, it's no different than the artist that goes sign with a label, right? You know, when you walk in the boardroom, it's all white people, right? So when you sign on a dotted line, as soon as you walk out that door, they be like, "Oh, we got this nigga right here. We're gonna use them up. We're gonna make them work for us. We're gonna take probably about 75% of they pocket change, so we can make millions." We could actually be doing the same thing by other artists being able. They should want to go on a Hip Hop Uncensored. They should want to go on, other black podcasts, this, that, and the third. Even if they don't even have the fucking money to pay you, but you can't allow one person to distort the shit that's really happening and what's really going on and take advantage of it to put it in his pocket.
Especially they took the competition away. Big Tigger, the Basement.
Exactly.
Big Tigger, that was a big outlet for a lot of the artists coming through when that shit was going on. Then they kind of like that killed the competition. You had Sway, then Funk Master Flex. He just went a whole different direction.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, hold on, Big Boss. Before you say something else, I think Tyler Perry just bought BET.
Yeah, they was talking about that the other night.
Suppose he bought BET and VH1. They said some shit like that.
Yeah, they was talking about that the other night. So he got his own studio on his plantation. So now he got a network too. So I mean, let's see how it turn out.
Exactly.
We have blessed a lot of his people that look like him with opportunities. Mr. Brown and all of them different people he used to bring in his stage plays and movies. So we moving on to our boy Boosie Badass, and I zoom right by you.
Yo, that shit got me tight today. I was like, wow.
So Vlad, your boy Boosie needs your help, man. Call your people, man.
But the crazy part is, I'm wondering if, because it don't specify on what they picked them up for. I'm wondering if they would let you, you think you beat the gun case, they'll be waiting right outside if you re-indict you on the same gun case. Or I'm wondering if they trying to re-indict him on them bodies from back in the day.
They said something. Something happened in San Diego.
That's where he was doing his video shoot. I think after they left, because he was in the hood, of course. And apparently after they left, and these knuckleheads down there, I don't think they was really realizing the police was watching them. You know what I mean? And of course, you know, you get in your car, you drive, and whatever happens in between that, they found, I guess, 2 guns or something in the car. He's a felon. He has a felony.
He is a
whatever
felon,
the case
so
may
that's
be.
automatic violation.
Yeah. When in fact he should just really hire some security guards, you know, that
But they said that the weapons were in the thing. It said Boosie was in court on Wednesday, June 14th, for an ongoing gun case. Apparently said case was dismissed. However, soon after Boosie was pinched for another pending. So he hadn't got pulled over, arrested that nobody didn't know about at some point in time.
They saying as soon as he walked out of court, they
Don't say he got soon he left court. But they say, however, he had a pending as of yet unknown legal issue. So something else must have took place nobody knew about. And say, according to San Diego District Attorney Office, federal agents took the opinionated rapper into custody when he was just outside of the courtroom. Reportedly, the gun case involved a traffic stop last month when cops found 2 handguns in the rapper car where just said firearms were legal and registered. So that case was dropped.
Hey, yo, you know what's so crazy, bro? I was telling my mans this earlier. I was like, you see how Boosie, like, he's so openly, like, about the snitching, standing on your 10. Like, you got what I'm saying? I was like, bro, you don't think them white people sit down there and see that? Now they probably in their head like, let's see. We gonna see how solid you are now. Because this ain't this. You get what I'm saying? Because you know Boosie, he got his little braggadocious ways. Like, you know what I'm saying? You beat some bodies on death row. Like, you a firm believer of what you believe in. You say you never gonna tell. That's, you feel me? Them white people sit down there and look at shit like that, bro. Like, all right, you gonna sit there and brag, how solid you are. Them motherfuckers, yo, you get what I'm saying? Now it's like, yo, now we're gonna put you in a situation to see how really solid you are, how you sitting there portraying to the world. Sometimes it's better to, feel me, keep your mouth closed. And I'm a Boosie fan. Like I always say, I don't think ain't nobody realer in the game than him. But it's like, yo, you sit there and want to brag, you get what I'm saying? Make your bed, not lie in it.
Yeah, I agree, damn it. It would be wise to, you know what I'm saying, once you beat the government, to just fall back.
Fall back, bro.
Fall back.
Cause it's like, yo, bro, it's like at this point you taunting them. Like in damn near every Vlad interview he does, he got something to say about snitches or him like, I'm never doing this, calling people out.
It just made Tyrese's argument even more so valid, man. Everybody goes on there, eventually get locked up.
Come on, like you gotta sit there and think about it. What a coincidence that out of all bloggers, a white man got the biggest platform in our culture. You got what I'm saying? You got all these black people that their Vlad interviews have been used against them.
What up, Trey?
You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't really no coincidence. I'm telling you, rappers are the big, like, you know what I'm saying? We don't see rock stars being targeted. We don't see country artists being targeted. And then God, he knows what they out there doing. They could be out there moving 100 kilos.
They don't get fucked with.
You know what I'm saying? They could be moving 100 kilos per, you know what I'm saying? But once, you know what I'm saying, rappers are targets, and motherfuckers need to really start realizing that. Let me say one thing, Sir Miguel. You can't get me to fathom within the last 10 years why so many rap artists has just been going to prison left and right like that.
Well,
Because
here you go, but you also got to factor in too, man.
The hamster wheel, man. They sitting back studying how to entrap.
That's the same thing they did with Kels. You know what I'm saying? Once Kels beat the government, you got a big ass target on your back. You can't move the same way you was moving. You can't do the same thing because it's only a matter of time. Because now they got a vendetta. You know what I'm saying? So what? I mean, you can continue to do it, but just know what comes with that. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, JP. Thank you.
It's only a matter of time before they gonna come back. Because now they just sitting back watching, they collecting that information. You know how the government move, especially the federal government.
They Fed, like I say, they like to elevate shit to Fed. So hearsay, they don't have to prove.
Facts. No.
You know, he beat the state case in Louisiana because they couldn't prove and tie him to none of the shit they were charging him with.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it was in a federal case, they would have elevated the federal in Louisiana. All they needed was one person to say that he made the call.
Facts.
Yeah. And I got nothing but love for Boosie, man. I mean, I'm really a huge fan of his work, his music, and everything that he stands for. But did you see this Vlad dude? As soon as this shit went down, that y'all supposed to be tight. But as soon as this went down,
Jeff, just pay attention to after the arrest. Pay attention. Just think about this, all of y'all. After that arrest on side of the road, he talked all when Boosie popped this shit to the police. Vlad had this man on his show, goddamn, and had Boosie interviewed down there every week since then.
Did you see the video he put up right after the arrest?
Yeah.
He put up a video basically of Boosie talking about other niggas snitching and how that's not, you got to stand on it. Like, he basically just like, all right, yeah, you locked up. Let's see what you gonna do. Man, come on, man. Like, you playing with this man's life at this point. He under pressure, and you gonna put a type of video instead of like, man, Boosie, I hope
and Boosie been
put a video like that
relevant, man. Boosie been keeping his show relevant for the last 6 months, man.
Just like Lord Jamar was before Boosie.
Facts. Look, I love the Lord Jamar Godfrey interviews. And they was like, yo, once y'all get Vlad disrespected Minister Farrakhan, I ain't gonna respect them for that. They was like, yo, you out of here. Like, we ain't rocking with you no more.
See, when you stand on integrity, they out the way. You know what I'm saying? They stood on integrity. You going from the disrespect the minister, one of our last standing leaders that we got left, and think you just gonna pay me to you know what I'm saying, to further export my culture.
But see, that's the key word you just said, Jeff. See, some people about the money, and Boosie will sit there and tell you, I don't go on Vlad for free.
Facts.
Right? But at the same time, you just can't say it's all Vlad, because you got to keep in mind, whatever question he asks you and you answer it, that's on you.
Ding, 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 ding.
Number three.
There you go.
The fake, we all know every government from state to city has a team of officers that watch Facebook, watch social media, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Number 4, at the end of the motherfucking day, if you don't know how to close your mouth in certain situations, then you put it on yourself. Number 5, we all know there ain't no honor amongst thieves, so snitching is a part of the game. So you can't be mad when a motherfucker tell on you, because we've known this for years, from the 60s to the 40s. Niggas gonna tell. Self-preservation. I'm gonna save myself before I save your motherfucking name.
So, you ain't saying nothing. Because I always tell people, what would the game be if there ain't no snitches or no rats? It wouldn't be a game. It's all a part of the game. You gotta take what comes with it. It's like, yo, I always tell people, every time I ever got arrested, I got locked up, I did whatever I did, I ain't mad at nobody for telling on me. What I chose to went out there and did what I did. I only could fault myself at the end of the day. Ain't nobody put, you got what I'm saying? I hate some of these people out here that want to jump in the streets and then play victim when shit don't go. Nah, don't play victim. Ain't nobody tell you go out there to go shoot 12 people, bust him upside his head and do that and so nah, man, like you gotta charge it to the game.
Exactly. That
you got what I'm saying? I could understand if somebody put a gun in your head and tell you, yo, you gotta go do this, and then when you turn around and tell you could be like, yo, man, I only did it because someone put a gun in my head, but that's not the case.
No.
Yeah, let me say this, and bring J-Rock in. One word that when nephew Vi was reading that stood out of my mind that he said was the opinionated rapper. As long as you doing stuff like JT, like you just partying, they see you partying, and you don't speak on no issues. You don't talk about no religion. You don't talk about no politics. You don't talk about the culture. You don't talk about this. All you talk about what you finna go drink, where you finna go party, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's a threat toward the elite? Let me help you out. No.
Nope, not at all.
Long as you don't stand up for nothing, you follow what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, or you do stuff that they say, well, that's kind of like self-destructive, or that's like negative behavior. Like, not so much nothing evil or wicked or nothing like that, but they can sit there and ain't really positive. You follow what I'm saying? So that's what Pop meant when he said, so that's why niggas live a negative lifestyle. Because still it's safer.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't want none of that smoke. I ain't finna play with them people, man. I done been indicted, man. I done got through that. God has put me through that, man. My family's straight, bro. I don't want none of them issues. Don't be coming. Matter of fact, dude said, man, I ain't got no page. I ain't got no face. I ain't got, you know what I mean? They stay low up under the radar. But you got those that, and I yield back. So a nephew can play what he got to play. A J-Rock can come in. Ice-T said on one of this things, what is it called? It's a channel on YouTube called Hustle something. And each people in the industry giving some positive wisdom, some good clip. It's still like short clip, powerful impact stuff. I'll be on that soaking up knowledge. And Ice-T said there's two types of hustlers. There's hustlers that hustle to be seen, and there's hustlers that disappear. What up, J-Rock? I yield back. That's all I got to say.
What up, J-Rock?
What up, Jay? What up?
What's going on, panel? What's happening, Muse? Sir Miguel, Dean. What up, Jeff? What up,
what's happening?
What up, Big Bob? Once again, I was listening in the because I was eating, but I was still checking out the live and whatnot, and I was like, I'm still tripping out off the Suki with the good coochie. I mean, this shit. And what? I'm like,
I was waiting on J-Rock.
I was like, I said, hold up. I said, I know I just didn't hear what I thought I heard. And I was like, I'm like, let me pay attention. Let me turn on my, because I know I just didn't hear that shit.
Yo, Jay. I know JT thought I was joking when I said that earlier before I put it on the screen. I know JT probably said like, "What the hell this nigga talking about, bro?"
I swear out there. I'm like, man, Dave just saying some shit.
Nah, no, bro. I would have never knew nothing about her if it wasn't for my lady. She the one that showed me, showed me her like when the pandemic started.
I never even know she existed on the planet.
The girl got a song. She got song called "Slut Me Out." Well, look.
How many songs she got out? She just got started.
She got some. She on some. She popping. She popping for right now.
Probably heard she know of herself.
She got her following. But the sad thing is though, at the same time though, she a mother though. Like that's just the like yo.
When she promotes slut activity, man.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is she probably not even no slut in real life. You know what I'm saying? It's just an image.
That part, Jeff.
Probably not, JT.
Word to Cardi B. I don't allow my daughter to listen to my music.
Yeah.
But all of these parents got their children listening to it. So if it's inappropriate for your daughter, why make it for why make it? But hey, man, I'm not telling nobody not to make their money. We know we got as y'all can see on the screen.
Yeah.
Woo, man. Faith Rogers, self-healing herself.
Yeah.
Faith Rogers with her self-medicating ass.
Can I just go ahead and just say that, talk about R. Kelly's accused of Faith Rogers, who accuses singer of giving her herpes, demand singer's medical information. Bitch, where your medical records at?
Facts.
But look,
do you think for one minute you just gonna slide that shit on by nobody ask you that shit?
Hold on, y'all. Flag on the play.
Right.
Goddamn me. Uncle came to church with no goddamn socks on. Hold on.
Hey, J-Rock dropping missiles and bombs and shit on their head.
How did they confirm your case if they didn't have the medical records?
There it is.
That should tell you something.
How is her case confirmed in court and he was charged with exposing her if they didn't have the medical records? Now she demanding what type of goofy? I mean, hold on now.
Yep.
No, Vi, you right. You right, Vi. You're right, Vi, because the question is, how you even obtain a conviction?
What, yo, J-Rock. Yo, J-Rock. One thing, yo, J-Rock, it wouldn't surprise me if her ass was the one that gave it to him.
That's where I'm going, Dean. That's
but
exactly
the whole thing is, his doctor testified that he tested the man, and his shit came back negative.
And the mama was on YouTube talking about
he was trying to give it to her like spraying starter fluid in the goddamn carburetor.
You know, like a attempted murder, attempted robbery, attempted herpes. I'm guessing.
Her own mama turned around and said, well, he didn't have herpes, but he tried to give it to her. What?
Like,
But not only that, if I'm not mistaken, I think he did a culture test, but not an actual blood test. It's different. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I know the doctor tested him for it, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, they could have challenged this shit in court, but you know, unfortunately, Ann Donnelly, she didn't want that. She didn't even want the specialist to even come in and articulate on it. They had a defense ready for this situation. And the whole thing about this, I still say the shit bullshit because look at this. If this was in fact the truth, why the fuck only Azrael and the other female only got restitution for Valtrex and not Faith? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Why don't none of them Chicago motherfuckers got restitution for Valtrex?
Facts. That's a great point, bro.
Right.
If that's the case, you got to give all of them. If they allegedly, if y'all convicted him of saying he slept with them.
Hallie Calhoun ain't got restitution for Valtrex.
Well, keep in mind too, I don't think in the Chicago case they was even discussing herpes, if I'm not mistaken.
But I'm saying, but why would they not discuss it in Chicago if they? You talking about a disease, man? We gotta make the government make sense now.
I get what you're saying, but you got to remember, they only was bringing the charges they thought they could actually win.
So that right there proved my point. What you just said. So they must have known that the goddamn herpes wasn't true. So why would you not bring it? If you know for a fact in doubt that that's what it is for sure, this shit, I'm carrying this motherfucker around like a briefcase.
And did anybody in Chicago say that he gave him herpes?
Well, you got Roshana say she was there for 10 years, all the way up to 2017, 2018. They lived together having orgies.
Right, but she never said that she got herpes from him either.
But the thing about it is, you exposed, right? They didn't say the exposure, right? So if they had a sexual relationship, that exposure, right? But they didn't bring the charges. Yeah. So it's only right that we making it make sense. If this was an exposure charge, then it would have been an exposure charge in both scenarios.
See, now this is the part where your boy Tim Savage needs to step up in there and say, "Yeah, that bitch lying."
Oh, I'm queuing it up.
This is where your boy Tim Savage needs to come in there right now.
That's spot on timing right there.
You already know me over here, goddamn me. I'm looking for Tim.
And see, one thing I know about Vi, if Vi's quiet too long, he cooking up something.
Right. Yeah. Man, you know I gotta get him. Because it just only makes sense though. You gonna bring charges because see, you brung a RICO in both states.
Nah, wasn't no RICO in
Chicago.
Yeah, it wasn't no RICO.
There was.
Nah, it wasn't.
They got the RICO in New York, but it was a federal case. Hold on, it wasn't no RICO in Chicago. And
you got remember, all right, boom.
You got two different jurisdictions. Number one,
it was conspiracy. They were trying to.
Yeah,
but the conspiracy fell apart.
Hold on.
Cause y'all remember what you call it.
I ain't tripping.
For it to be what you call it, cause remember in Chicago, in Chicago, they wasn't really trying to say he had no handlers and all of that.
How's that when you got Darren McDavid and June Brown?
Yeah, they should have been in New York if you ask me with the criminal enterprise.
But they
we gotta make this shit make sense, man.
But they didn't push that in Chicago.
That's what I'm saying. It's two different jurisdictions. So one jurisdiction gonna push this, the other jurisdiction gonna push that. So they're basically going off what they think they can win at because of X, Y, and Z. But
see, I knew it was some bullshit when the lawyers at the time did not, put a motion in to consolidate all of these cases together because they're terribly intertwined with one another. How can you have a criminal enterprise in New York, but all his co-defendants is in Chicago? You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that lets you know they Frankenstein some bullshit right there.
Let me say something. Excuse me, Crush. Channel 7 here in Chicago, Illinois is a local station. It's not no cable station. It's a regular station, like the Channel 7 News. So different programs coming over there when the news is not airing. They got this called Superstar Aaliyah. They talking about it now. I just saw a glimpse of it back up in that particular area, and I saw Gladys Knight being interviewed. She made a comment and all of that, and that's giving some bad vibes. And I'm thinking like, wow, what a coincidence around this appeal coming up, and then they play this. They would not let this Aaliyah thing go, man. And this is strategically done, So what do you fellas think about that?
What I think about it, I mean, at this point, at this point, there's nothing that surprises me because you got to think about it. When the whole New York trial started, it was exactly 1 week before the 20th anniversary of Aaliyah's death. So that already told you the playbook that they was running at that point. The trial started August 18th. The anniversary of death was August 25th.
And Barry kept all her music away from, you got what I'm saying? And then what's a coincidence that during the trial you drop all her music?
Yeah,
like you couldn't find her music on no platforms for years, like none. The only one you could see was the age and number, because Kells he got say so in that. You get what I'm saying? But all the other albums, it wasn't nowhere you could find them shits. And then what's a coincidence that
you couldn't find them? And if you go like years ago, if you go to a used CD store or whatnot, you wouldn't be able to find it because the first thing they'll tell you that it's out of print.
Facts.
And even if you get a copy, it's going to run you anywhere up to close to $100.
Facts.
Wow.
Facts. So it's like, what's the coincidence that you dropped all her music during the trial, and then he gets right on Dr. Oz lying on his teeth, talking about, oh, it wasn't strategically done.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you, yo, JT. This is what I'm saying. Like you must really think people are idiots.
Yeah, those two collaborating with one another. Barry been lying, Dr. Oz out there lying too, to try to use that as a platform to try to get elected in the Senate. So they both one hand washes the other.
Yeah, this has been the most manufactured, put together. These was the craziest. This the craziest charges I ever seen in a federal courtroom. And that's the name of it, motion to compel. They should have, like, early on, like, we got.
That's why he was able to do the ineffective counsel, man, because of the bullshit.
Exactly.
And look, all them people, they did more cutting and pasting with this bullshit than a damn first grade art class, bro.
Man. Now you got this lady sitting up here that's on the screen, you know, with all of the, she the one that really kicked off this whole narrative with this herpes shit. And then,
right. I mean, even Geronda, why she didn't get you know, even though we know she lied, but if that was the case, they try to say it was a sexual relationship. She said she had a sexual relationship. She didn't get no restitution for Valtrak.
Sure.
Yeah, but the star witness did.
The star witness did 300,000, 300 plus thousand, and the other chick only got 40-some thousand.
And on top of that, she also stole $300,000 from behind the blue couch or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I think we did some research. We did some research on what normally would be a charge, like what that charge would carry, what type of time, like for giving somebody like an STD, and actually it's less. You would get less than a year for something like this. But since they put it under the umbrella of a RICO racketeering case, it's astronomical. You know, this is a whole bunch of misdemeanors combined to construct.
But even looking at the whole dynamic of bringing the fucking RICO case in New York, shit, they pushed the statute of limitation back in that particular state so that they could charge it with a RICO crime. New York, Vegas, and California. Only 3 states that restructured their statute of limitations. California, Las Vegas, New York. The only 3 states where Bill Cosby, R. Kelly were being charged.
Oh my God!
And remember, Big Vi, California already had repealed the.
They had repealed theirs in 2017.
Mm-hmm. And they used in New York they used the repeal law when they shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! It's 9:19. Let's go.
You know, J-Bo having a field day.
Of course.
Like this is like she said from the very beginning. She like, I've turned down cases, but when I saw this buffoonery, it was like, yeah, I'll take this case. Shit, I'm right. And it's like it's so elementary for somebody that's as seasoned as an attorney as Ron James. She finna knock this out the park. It's gonna be embarrassing for the government.
Facts.
Good job.
Step into a world where creativity is rewarded. Introducing Finesse, the revolutionary play to earn game series, brought to you by
official to Wallow and
to go claim yours.
Gilly.
Right.
You know, they just got $100 million deal from Amsterdam Vodka.
Mm-hmm.
You think they're gonna have Andrew talking on about Bill Cosby? See, they use these people as front people. They give them a little change, but see what we would never know is the stipulations in the contract. Wallow and Gilly, man, Wallow was in the same prison that Mr. Cosby was in.
Wow.
Same prison. He was in that same prison. Now, inmates call me from that prison who I have gotten attorneys to handle their cases pro bono. One guy in there now, Anthony Sutton, Benny Dewey, he started the Man Up program. Wallow promised that when he got out, he was going to bring attention to them and their advocacy. Bill Cosby was in there and took the Man Up program. They have a band. He redirected their music, structured their music, and scripted a show. So when political figures came in, they would be not just entertained, but educated. And Mr. Cosby was the last act to come up and talk about men being men and going back into the community. They called me, Benny called me, Anthony Sutton. When Mr. Cosby got out, he said, man, Anthony says he's innocent. He didn't murder the guy. He was part of Junior Black Mafia. And he said, Andrew, look into it. I looked into it. I called my attorney, Jimmy Beans, who represents Sean Shadid, Mike Tyson's father-in-law, who was in that same prison as well. I told him the story about Benny. He said, Andrew, do you believe in him? I said, man, it's something about this guy. He's been in there. His son has been in there for 12 years. He's been in there for 38 years.
Damn.
And I said to Jimmy Beans, who was in 3 of the Rocky movies, and he's the one that commissioned and got the Rocky statue in downtown Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Jimmy, I said, man, he said, man, look, he's also an assistant police chief at Upper Darby. He's an attorney.
Okay.
And he said, powerful guy, connected. His son was one of the biggest boxing promoters in Vegas, and he committed suicide maybe 6 years ago. And Jimmy got me several attorneys, man. And right now, they have found the witness out of New York who was coerced by the district attorney, who's now deceased, to say that Benny did the murder. They called me and they said, Mr. Andrew, all the inmates get on the phone. They call me weekly. I still take their calls today. And they said, Wallow won't even return our calls.
Character, right? Talk about character, right?
That broke my heart just now.
This dude portray on his show $1 million worth of game. I hear this dude Gilly talking about men, talking about honor, talking about respect, talking about dignity, loyalty. And what I like about this brother Andrew Y is he speak, but he will hurry up and pull that phone up and show you I got the receipts to prove.
Oh yeah, man, Mr. Wyatt, a bad man.
But it goes to show you, you know, when people, you know, desperate time lead to, you know, desperate measures, man. And when people, when you're incarcerated, I never, you know, knock on wood. But, you know, you in there, you going along, you doing what you got to do until you able to get out of that place. But then when you get out of that place and you done made these promises and don't fulfill them, when these people ain't asking you to just go out of your way to do something, they just asking you to shed a little light on you understand what's going on in here. But like Andrew Wyatt say, when they sign these contracts and get these deals, no one understand what that fine print may say. You can't talk about this. You can't talk about that. You can't speak on this. You can't speak on that. They don't want to push no reform nowhere.
That's what I was saying earlier.
That's just like in Louisiana, they had a 10-2 law for inmates, for prisoners. If they go to trial and all they need is for 2 people on the jury to say they not guilty and they get off. But now somehow they went around, they found a loophole around that to where now if they got 2 people saying that, hey, this person may be innocent, it don't even matter no more. They still go to jail.
Man, as the world turns, we see so much being revealed to us on a daily basis. Things are happening so fast. It's hard to digest everything that is happening because it's just so much. You know what I'm saying? In a situation like this, it's very unfortunate. And like you said, man, them contracts and the different stipulations that they put on these people's lives, you know what I'm saying? The restrictions and trying to navigate that and still survive, the different dynamics that you have to survive as a Black individual in America. When you look at it in its totality, it's set up for us to fail. You know what I'm saying? You got to be prayed up. You got to have your game tight. You got to be your head on a swivel. We have to be 10 steps ahead of the game just to make it out. And, it's very unfortunate, man. I hate to hear that. It's crazy, man.
That's why, Jeff, one of my favorite scriptures is Romans 12, 1 and 2. But verse 2 is what was tied into what we're talking about. And be ye not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and perfect and acceptable will of God. See, this whole culture, this whole society is anti-God, it's anti-Christ.
Oh yeah.
You just said it. If you're not biblically sound, if you're not praying, if you're not watching and praying, you just can't pray. You got to watch. You got to pay attention. You got to have a heightened sense of awareness. You got to be on alert. Like you say, you got to understand what's really going on in a Bernie Mac voice. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so easy, like you say, to get sucked into this stuff, and you get into a whirlwind and don't know how to get out of that joker. You know what I mean? And that's why it's so easily to be able to be so, like you said, so fortified from within. But the culture always talks about the outward of the person. The aesthetics. They don't talk about like you just said earlier, y'all said, the integrity. You know what I mean? Good manners. Good principles, standards. You know what I mean? Knowing that when I stand on these things, that you're gonna have evil men and women that's in position to, to try to scare you and get you off your square. And as Dean always said, get you off your pivot. You know what I mean? You got to be so thorough and so grounded in where you is that even after you have to turn down a deal, even after you have to stand alone, you know what I mean? you got to make that stand. You know what I mean? And know that you're gonna be covered. You're gonna be taken care of. You know what I mean? You're gonna be straight. But it's like, man, how did I yield back on this? How did Big Sight from the Outlaw? What did Big Sight say when they interviewed him? He said, and it's in one of them songs that Pac did. A soldier dies but once, but a coward dies 1,000 deaths. You know what I mean? But we'll take chances out here in this life, man, and do some stuff, man, and make some decisions. All of us got our stories, man. Like, what the heck? Without thinking, we'll do all that stuff, man. Put ourselves in danger. Do some blind. Just hey, we'll step out. We won't even be thinking. Run 100 miles. But when they talk about, you know what I mean, getting a hold of them principles of walking integrity, stand up for justice, and let the voices be heard, pulling together in unity, fortifying, stretching your mind, building personal with man. We got all type of questions, and well, I don't see how that's gonna work out there. Oh, you talking all that content stuff, but when it comes to all that foolery, we are we all in.
Mm-hmm.
The culture. That's why, like Big Boss say, sometimes you have to just fall back, just get low. And he always, sometimes it's not good to speak out because people are so wicked and they're so evil, and this social media and this culture can take stuff, man, and it can have you be totally innocent. It'll make you look guilty. So sometimes you have to let stuff play out.
Mm-hmm.
You got to, when it's, you know, it's evil and it's corrupt, and then sometimes it ain't always good for you to open your mouth and let it be known that you know what's known. Sometimes you got to walk around corrupt and just play like a lamb.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Let them just hang up. You know what I'm talking about, because when you act like you always know, like you know everything and you talk about everything. Oh, they said, oh, we got us one. That's someone we can use. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
If you speak too soon, they're gonna try to say you're a part of it. You a part of it. How you know this? How you know that? You must be part of it.
Look what they say about you, nephew. Look what they say about you.
Oh yeah.
Brain dead.
Motherfucking mind.
Man.
Associate me with some bullshit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, man. I'm the last man. Look here, man. I don't want no parts of none of this shit, man. I do this for educational purposes only, man. You know, and to help shed light on what's really going on in the world. I mean, a lot of the news that I brought on here today, you know, we live our life, you know, we live our lives and we work and do what we do. But shit, most of the stories I broke on here today, some people was aware of it, but a lot of people wasn't aware of it. You know, and that's when it's our culture. That's why state of the culture, our culture. I'm not worried about all this other shit that's going on out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm worried, you know, I focus on the thing that's going on. And like Pac said, let me tell you how this shit affects our whole community.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. We can sit back and act like we don't see it, but hey, I'm gonna put it in your face. You know, I mean, it just seemed like this world just so caught up, man. You know, bro, man, I was passing, man. I was riding today, coming from a job site, bro. And when I tell y'all, I passed by this corporation, bro. They had an American flag. They had an American flag. They had a Texas flag. And these people had a pride flag flying in front of their building. I was like, what the fuck? First time I ever seen something like that. I was like, this shit is real, man.
Yeah.
They pushing it everywhere.
Yeah, you know, and not to get too political, and I just wanna, but you got the president sitting up there, you know, talking about how great the LGBTQ community is and all that, and how strong they are. It's like, you know, our people been conditioned indoctrinated into just blindly supporting the Democratic Party when the Democratic Party is responsible for the agendas of the Me Too movement and all of these other different organizations that are detrimental to our society. But, they'll automatically assume. Now, I'm not an advocate for either Republican or Democratic, but at the same time, when we look at what we're dealing with now under the under the guidance of a Democratic Party, I'm not with that. I can't, just because our mothers and grandmothers and all them say Democratic, you got to use your own mind to see what is at play right now with these particular parties, the agendas, and how they are affecting our society.
Hey, Jeff, let me piggyback off what you just said. Even one of the flags is up, I think, at the Capitol, the Pride flag. The United Nations also flies the Pride flag as well. But it's also interesting what month the Pride month is.
Juneteenth. Yeah, it's the same month.
Considered around Father's Day as they celebrate and all that stuff, right? But keep this in mind. The Republicans and the Democrats are actually two of the same. They really not that much different.
One of the same coin.
Yep. When you go back in history, in the 1800s, late 1860s, 65, Black folks voted Republican. Ask yourself what changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Then as you fast forward, and I'm gonna tell you what changed. We wanted to be a part of their society. Who's the easiest person to go get to send the message to? When you have certain ministers or preachers, you can whisper a bug in their ear. If you do this, we'll do this in order for your people to do this.
And didn't he say that he something to the, I think nephew even mentioned about it earlier.
He said he may have led his people into a burning house.
That's it. That's a power, man. That's big values, man. That really speaks.
So if you go backwards, same thing with the lady who started Planned Parenthood. She got the preachers.
I'm just saying, I was just going to go there.
She got the preachers to speak on her behalf about Planned Parenthood and the whole 9 yards. But see, when you don't think for yourself, and for those who did think for themselves, they were punished because they was like, no, man, we don't need to do all this stuff. We don't need to go join them. So what they don't tell you is a lot of Black folks back then didn't want to go onto the white folks side. They was fine with where they were. But see, it got so strong and so powerful that other entities intertwined their movement within the civil rights movement. So it actually overshadowed what they were trying to do. But to this day, Big Bias said it and I've said it. We made a mistake with the civil rights movement.
Facts. Man, check this out. We finna get ready. Get up out of here because y'all know I'll be having to be up at 4 in the morning. So But check this out. Man, this shit was crazy, but I promise y'all, some people still believe in the traditional.
Talking to you and said about this blue pole. Yeah, you. Can you sit down in the aisle, please? Can you leave my church and go put on man clothes? And don't come here like that no more. Thank you, Jesus. I hold a standard in here. Whatever you do on the outside is your business. But I will not let drag queens come in here. And now I'm going to come in here, you're going to dress like a man. Now, whatever you do on the outside, that's your business. But when you come in this house, if you're a man, dress like a man. If you're a woman, you dress like a woman. I'm not going to allow it. My salvation is more important. And God is holding me accountable. Now, whatever you do outside these doors, I don't bash, I don't judge. But when you come in here, you will not be a drag queen. The Holy Ghost tells me in my spirit that is drag queen sitting here with wigs on. I'm going to ask you to be removed from the sanctuary. Because you cannot, I will not play this game. You will not, I don't care if you don't clap, if you don't like it, don't come here. You will not be wearing wigs and heels and fooling people up in here. Come on.
I'm telling y'all something, man. And I saw this, I said, man, we are in the midst of a battle in this world. And it's crazy that you have to ask yourself, you have to question yourself before you speak on something that you know is right, because you have to worry about the slander that comes behind it, the attacks that come behind it. I was saying to myself today, like when I saw what I was telling y'all I saw, it just took me back. It took me back so far, because I knew I was raised a certain way, and I'm not as old as a lot of people, but I'm old enough to know, to understand what it was when I was growing up. You didn't see this shit. You probably heard about one person here, one person there, but you didn't see it. Now they putting this shit to the front and pushing the traditional way of things to the back. They going at it with the schools now. The parents is fighting against the schools because the schools want to teach this shit as early as kindergarten. That it's okay. Something that goes directly against our Father wishes. But they want our children, if you tell it, kindergarten, oh, this is okay. Man, you talking about a life? Could you imagine? That's why I say, man, we as parents, we are up against so much shit. Because the thing that we are teaching and we're telling at home, when they go to school for 8 hours out of a day, they are being redirected that this shit is okay. And you okay to feel this way. Live in if this is how you feel, live in this. I feel like as an adult, you can make your decisions on what it is you choose to do with your life as an adult. But when I was coming up as a child, I was taught to stay in a child's place. Some people may feel like, oh, that's wrong. Kids should be able to speak their mind, and that's the problem, man. That's why we allow the speaking of the minds and the different things. The only reason why we had a problem with it growing up because we wanted to do what we wanted to do. When our parent was trying to redirect us, oh, we bad, we can't wait to move out, we can't wait to get grown, go to school, because we didn't want to be redirected. So we looked at that as wrong.
Right.
I told y'all the other day, I had to go back and tell my mama as a grown man, you know what, mama, you was right. Because a lot of the shit that you were telling me, you was dead on about, but I didn't realize it until I started having kids. Now I'm looking at my kids, looking at me standing toe to toe, telling me what they not gonna do. Oh, you got me fucked up. But then guess what? In the back of my head, I remember being my son to my mama. Damn, I gotta really go back and tell my mama, you were right. You was just telling me what was in the best interest for me. You were looking out for the best interest of me. I thought I knew the way. I hadn't even experienced nothing. I didn't know what life was. I'm sheltered. I'm not paying bills. I'm not paying rent. I'm not working a job. I'm not cooking. I ain't got but one responsibility. Let's go to school and make good grades and graduate. But I'm in this motherfucker mad, depressed, want to wild out because I can't go outside. I'm mad because I can't participate in different school activities because my mama only make enough money for us to live decent. Oh, I don't want to be here. I hate it here. Yeah, damn. I look at myself. The older me look at the younger me. I was a damn fool, man. But when I got to school, I didn't have no teachers telling me that what my mom was doing to me was wrong. With no teachers telling me that, oh, if you feel that way, you can always come and tell us, and we'll come out to your house and have Child and Family Service come out and investigate and possibly put my sisters and everybody in harm's way, all because of I want to do what I want to do, and I'm jeopardizing my sisters and everybody, all because of my selfish attitude. So now when you doing this, man, and I didn't seen it, man. I had to go out to the school and have conversations with these teachers that was telling my son, oh, it's okay to be angry. It's okay to, if you want to blow off some steam, just stomp your feet, punch the wall. I seen the teacher. I had to talk to a teacher, say, you tell my son if he get mad, it's okay for him to walk out the classroom and blow off some steam. No, this is a child. This is your classroom. He don't have the permission to get up and walk out without your permission. You giving this child too much power. The shit that you allow him to do at school, then he gonna come home and try to do it, then he gonna get his ass towed up. I don't know, man. As a parent, you just got to continue to do the best you can do, be the best you can be, and hopefully, our children understand that we are their number one person to go to that's going to go to bat for them, that's going to put our life on the line for them, all of that. Because these people who are out here telling them different than what we telling them, they don't care about them. You might be one or two that might genuinely care about your child's success, but a great deal of people that they interact with throughout their whole course of being a kid in school, man, some of them people they at their job just to get a check. I'm a year back. We got 10 minutes, and I'm going to let you guys, chime in. And, it just hit me today, man. When I saw it, it just hit me different today because I feel like, man, this shit is taking over.
But I'm
finna get out of here, you all. I'm finna get out of here, you all. I got to walk in the office and punch out. So, blessing to everybody in the chat. Blessing to my nephew Vi, everybody on the panel. Till next time, we'll holler.
You too, Brother Muse. Have a good night.
All right, you too.
Be safe.
I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be real brief. For those of us that know the truth and know who God really is, we were already told these things were to come. We are not to be afraid. We are not to fear. We are to stand 10 toes deep on his word and in our heart and carry it with us through our children. Everybody's not going to respond to what God has to say, no different than they did in Jesus' day. We know what we're up against, but if you look around, all the stuff that is happening is already being set up for Satan to take his seat. But those of us that know the righteousness and the true living God, We don't have to worry about the world system because we're not of it. We're a part of it, but we're not of it. So continue to raise your children in the righteousness and the goodness, as Brother Muse will say, the goodness of who God is. And know that you are covered by his word. And as long as he allows you to wake up every day, you have a chance to make a difference for yourself and someone else.
Mm-hmm.
That's indeed.
Definitely, man. And it just, y'all remember, like, back in the day, church wasn't an option for us growing up, man. You had to go. You had to go. You know, now you see a lot of the kids have a choice, and I think that's a big part of it too. Now, you know, now that I'm contextualizing everything and just thinking about it, like, man, you know what? I'm thinking about how it was and how it helped me growing up to understand God and who God is and what God was and what God is about. And now you have a great deal of the children that don't even go to the church. Nowhere near it.
They have, when they took God out of school, that was the beginning of the end.
Yep.
Yeah. They take God out of school and bring pride in.
Exactly. So, you know, the whole concept of having a connection with a creator was taken away from children. It how can I say it? What it does is it gives children the conception that there's nothing that is greater than them. In the spiritual realm, you have to have an understanding and a connection with your creator to understand that it's something out there that's greater, that's bigger, that is unseen, but is still there, very much as present at what you can see. So you don't have any concept of spirituality, you know, that's a dangerous state to be in. Only thing that you're operating off of is in the physical. So you don't have any concept of God, you don't have any fear of what is unseen. When, you know, I put my son through private school, and that's the only place that God resides in the educational system, is schools that are privatized. But these children coming up now, in the broader scope of things, they don't have, because we had to say the Pledge of Allegiance under God and all that. Mm-hmm. That right there is as small as it may seem, it gives a child some type of connection to the creator. Mm-hmm. They took that away and replaced it with all of this over-sexualized information. And it's to our detriment that our children are being subjugated and indoctrinated into buffoonery with no sense of, man, I need to be a good person because there's certain ramifications. They don't have any concept of what goes around comes around. Being a good person, trying to be, you know, without any concept of that, you have a lawless society, you have a lawless community, and that is very dangerous. And we see the effects of it now.
You know, and I was speaking on some earlier at work, man. I say, you know, back in the day, how they promoted this type of behavior in the slavery days what they called it buck breaking. You know, they demonstrated this behavior. So now it ain't a physical demonstration no more. Now we're gonna go straight to the brain. So they're gonna convince you that this is a way of life. Like it's crazy, man. The psychological attack, and they are attacking brains that aren't even developed. And they say most kids, when they tell you about the development of children, they're gonna soak up most of the knowledge in between the ages of 7. That gap right there, I think they say is like 6 or 7, all the way up until 9 or maybe 10.
It's the first 5.
That first, so they gonna learn a lot in that time period that's gonna carry them to their adolescent years of life. You know, and it's important what they pick up at that point in time. So now that's why the attack is, kindergarten, bro. Kindergarten, this 5 years old.
Because they like sponges. They pick up everything.
Mm-hmm.
Your personality and your characters form between 0 to 5. Those are the critical years of teaching and learning. After that, you're just basically filling in, listening, picking up. Well, most of the time they sponging everything.
Yes.
From 0 to 5.
And that's why it's very
now
important.
They got pre-K going to school. You know, you go to pre-K at 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
They got the pre-K in the elementary schools now. You know, so they putting them in the schools much younger as well. You know, when I went to school, you went to pre-K and Head Start. You know, when you went to elementary school, the first grade you went to was kindergarten.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why it's very important for, you know, in the broader scope of things, the Black family has been, you know, destroyed. And we have to have children that have a foundation. Whether they come from a single household or a 2-parent household doesn't really matter. It all matters on the foundation. And you have to give children that type of protection, that type of a sense of awareness that they know, okay, I'm loved. They know I'm protected. And educating them is very irresponsible for people to bring children into this world just because, oh, I got baby fever. No, you got to have a plan for that child. It means to give that child the proper resources. If you try to plant a tree, you gotta have the right soil. You gotta have the right seeds. You gotta have the right nutrients so it can grow properly. So, you know, a lot of times we got adults that's bringing children in this world not on purpose, but just because they having fun and then somebody ends up pregnant. But this is a whole child that's gonna have to navigate these different extremes through society. And we have to be cognitive of that. You know, got to be very responsible because these people are going to have to grow up and be adults. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I salute y'all brothers, man, for being fathers and being active. And everybody in the chat, man, you know what I'm saying? We have to understand that we living in some crucial times right now. So our children have to be well equipped as much as we can to equip them, because we're not growing up they not growing up like we did. When we grew up, it was more community thing. It was more people. It was more of a village to raise a child. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We had that fear of God in us, man. When they said disobedient children days will be numbered, boy, you like what? You knew. Hey, what? Okay, shit. Hold on. That means something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
You ain't heard that saying, and so you ain't heard that. You don't hear that no more. You know, you don't hear it. You know, I tell my son, I tell him about that. You know, this is something that was told. I say, guess what? I know I had best friends, bro, that was very disrespectful to their parents. And guess what, man? These are the same stories I tell you about. They not here no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, that exactly, whatever. I say, but hey, it could have contributed to what they had going on in their life. One of my best friend in the whole world, man. This dude ran over his mama. She just let him do what he wanted to do. And and I learned from that. That's another thing I say. You don't have to always go through it to learn from it. If you pay attention to the shit they go on around you, it'll teach you enough. But it was a great lie tonight, man. I appreciate y'all guys, being on here holding it down with me tonight. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat that held it down tonight. Man, it was a great chat. I think we had a lot of great topics. We hit a lot of great things. We're gonna review some of the stuff that we talked about tonight, especially this goddamn Dean sending this girl this kid all of this money, then talking about having sexual relations with her. Let me see. It was a lot. It was a lot packed into this live tonight. Like I say, I gotta be up in the morning, so I'm quite sure as soon as I get off of here, man, I'm gonna be late. I'm gonna be out of there. But shout out to shout out to Dean, shout out to J-Rock, shout out to Jeff, shout out to goddamn Sir Miguel. The best chat on YouTube. Like I say, man, I take this chat and go to war against anybody. Man, it's just a lot going on in the culture. So y'all stay aware, stay very aware. Stay on your toes. And like you say, man, all of us that come on this platform, from the chat to the panel, we all work in concert together, man. And shit, the more we have these conversations, man, the more it make me want to be better at being a father and talking to my kids and making sure they understand. But I see now, with the way that the world is going, I have to talk more about God to my children and let them understand what's acceptable in God's eyes versus what they've been told, and that's who you have to, that's who we should be trying to please, is God, versus a lot of this other things that these people are out here teaching our kids that it's okay to feel.
That's indeed. Well, yeah, peace and blessings, brother. I'm gonna go ahead and cut out.
Before you go, Jeff, Big Vi, real quick. You mind if I say a quick prayer, man, before we close out, brother?
Oh yeah, man. You got it, huh? And we got our sister Nita B up here. I had pinned her comment. She said she been listening, but she been having some health issues the past 3 months. So
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go and say this prayer real quick, and we'll close out. Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you for allowing us to wake up this morning. And right now, Father, I'm asking you to put your arms and your healing hands around Nita B, and anybody in the chat who, family member or whoever it is, a friend, whoever it is that may be going through something. Wrap your arms around them, Heavenly Father, and let them know that they are healed in your name. And Father, we just ask you, Father, to give us a chance to continue the work that you want us to do. And as Brother Big Vi say, we have to teach our kids more about God and not what the world wants us to teach them. And I stand on that. And I thank you for these brothers and these sisters that come on these panels. I thank you for these brothers and sisters in the chat. But more importantly, Father, give us the strength to know the difference between what the devil is and what the devil ain't. because we get fooled a lot of times about what's put in front of us, and we think it's for us, but it's actually against us. But we just thank you, Heavenly Father, for allowing us to talk amongst each other and speak that which is truth and righteousness. Cover each and every person in this chat and on the panel from the crown of their heads to the soles of their feet. And for the brothers and sisters that didn't make it tonight on the panel, bless them and watch over them and keep them, Heavenly Father. In your Jesus and your Son Jesus' name, we thank you. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen.
It's been a minute since we closed like that.
Yes, indeed, man. I love it, brother.
Right on time. Right on time.
Blessings, blessings, man. Blessings. I'll be
on time.
Amen.
Right on time.
Amen.
So, all right, fellas, I'm finna cut out. Man, y'all be great. We'll be back Friday. I'm gonna try. We're gonna figure out the topic, but we'll have a meeting on tomorrow though. Dean didn't show up to the meeting last night, so he don't know nothing about the meeting. So maybe next time he'll show up.
Yo, I was in the background for like 10 minutes. You didn't see?
Yeah. Hell, I didn't see.
Yeah, I was in the background for like 10 minutes. You know what you call it? Then I was like, oh, now I'm like, all right, let me just cut out because I don't know if it was like a select only people was in it. So I was
no, man, you seen what it said on the text message, man. Go on that bullshit.
Nah, I'm just being petty. I'm being petty.
All right, my brothers. Y'all have a good night, everybody in the chat. Peace and blessings.
I'll do the same. Like I say, man, anybody in the Chicago area, or even near the Chicago area, if y'all can share this out, man, on my community wall, missing teen in Chicago, last seen Sunday, man, get this out there. You know,
definitely be on my prayers.
Most definitely.
Get this out there. I'll leave a picture up there like that. Take that banner down so they can see. Boom. All right, y'all. Man, it'll be tomorrow, man. I'll hit y'all up. You know, let y'all know. Send a message, send a link out so we can figure out what we're gonna do on Friday.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Later.
Be safe, y'all.